If you've ever looked at a pile of old furniture, broken appliances, or yard waste and thought, someone has to deal with this, you're not wrong. Most people just don't know how to turn that frustration into a real business. While everyone chases online side hustles or dropshipping, the junk removal industry quietly generates billions of dollars every year, and it's one of those rare opportunities where demand is actually growing faster than supply. Today we're breaking down exactly how to start a junk removal business for beginners, from the first truck to your first paying customer. Right now, more people are downsizing, renovating, and clearing out homes than ever before, and local waste disposal regulations are making it harder for the average person to haul their own junk, which means a reliable service is in high demand. You can get started with a used pickup truck, a trailer, and basic tools for under a few $1,000s, and you don't need any special licenses or years of experience to begin. But here's the thing most beginners miss. Pricing your jobs wrong or ignoring disposal fees can eat up your profit before you even get paid, and that's a mistake you want to avoid from day one. In this video, I'll walk you through the step-by-step process of setting up your business, finding customers, handling the dirty work, and making sure you actually keep the money you earn. So let's start with the first thing you need to figure out before you even load a single piece of junk into your truck. A junk removal business is exactly what it sounds like. You show up, haul away people's unwanted stuff, and get paid for it. This matters because it's one of the simplest service businesses you can start with, very little overhead. Basically, a customer calls you, you give them a price, you load their old furniture, yard waste, or construction debris into a truck, and you take it to the dump or donation center. You charge based on how much space your load takes up in the truck, usually by the quarter or half truckload. The biggest mistake beginners make is underpricing their labor and disposal fees, which eats up all their profit. The upside is that people will gladly pay you to get rid of stuff they don't want to touch or haul themselves. Your takeaway here is simple. You are trading your time, truck space, and disposal knowledge for cash. Now let's talk about why this kind of business is especially attractive right now. Right now, more people are decluttering, downsizing, and renovating than ever before. This matters because the demand for junk removal stays steady even when the economy wobbles. People always have old couches, broken appliances, and piles of boxes they need gone, and they don't want to rent a truck or lift heavy stuff themselves. A practical detail is that many cities have strict bulk trash pickup rules, so homeowners get frustrated and turn to pros. One pitfall to avoid is thinking you need a fancy website or ads right away. Word of mouth from just a few jobs can fill your calendar. The real benefit is the low barrier to entry. You can start full-time or part-time and grow at your own pace. So if you're looking for a business that solves a real everyday problem, this one is wide open. Next, let's see who this business is a good fit for. This business works best for someone who doesn't mind physical work and wants to be their own boss. That matters because customer service and hustling are way more important than having a degree or business background. You don't need to be a bodybuilder, but you must be okay lifting, bending, and hauling for a few hours a day. A practical detail is that a lot of successful junk haulers start out as one-person operations and hire helpers only when they get too busy. The realistic truth is that some days are sweaty and dirty, and you'll deal with spiders, dust, and the occasional broken item. The upside is that you control your schedule and can build a team later so you can focus on marketing and booking jobs. If you enjoy being outside, solving problems on the fly, and meeting new people every day, this fits you. Now let's break down exactly what you need to get started. If you're thinking about trying junk removal, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below and tell me what part of starting this business feels the most challenging to you. Is it getting the truck, finding customers, or just figuring out where to begin? Your answer helps me create more videos that actually answer your real questions. While you're here, go ahead and hit that like button if this video gave you a clear plan. And if you haven't subscribed yet, tap subscribe so you'll see the next step-by-step guide. Stick around because we're about to get into the nitty-gritty of marketing your new business. Thanks for being part of the conversation. You can launch a junk removal business for a few $1,000s, sometimes even less if you already own a truck. This matters because you don't need a warehouse, expensive software, or a fleet of vehicles to begin. The main equipment is a pickup truck or cargo van, a sturdy trailer if you want more space, and basic hand tools like shovels, brooms, and ratchet straps. A practical detail is the budget for disposal fees. Dumps and recycling centers charge per ton or per load, and that cost adds up fast. A common mistake is skipping insurance or a business license to save money, which can get you shut down or sued. The benefit of starting small is that you can test the market without going into debt. So your first step is to get a reliable vehicle, a set of straps, and some work gloves, then figure out your local dump fees. Next, I want to show you what the daily work actually looks like on the ground. On a typical day, you'll wake up, check your phone for booking requests, and map out your route to each job. This matters because being efficient with your driving and loading saves you time and gas, which protects your profit. You roll up to a house, say hello to the customer, do a quick walkthrough of the items they want gone, and confirm the price you quoted. A practical detail is that you always take before and after photos. Great for social media and for proving your work if a customer has a complaint. The hard truth is that not every job is a dream. Sometimes you haul wet mattresses or leaky paint cans and you have to clean up afterward. The good side is that most customers are relieved and grateful, which makes the work feel rewarding. The daily takeaway is to move fast, be polite, and leave the property cleaner than you found it. Now let's get into the first practical steps you should take to actually get this business off the ground. The very first thing to do is register your business name and get a basic business license from your city or county. This matters because you can't legally accept money or dump waste without proper paperwork, no matter how small you start. Next, open a separate bank account for your business income and expenses, which makes tax time much easier. A practical detail is to print simple flyers or door hangers offering a free estimate and then drop them in neighborhoods with older homes or rental properties. A big pitfall is waiting until everything is perfect before taking your first job. Just start with one driveway cleanout and learn as you go. The benefit of moving fast is that you get real experience and real customer feedback almost immediately. So your simple action step today is to call your local county office and ask what you need to operate a hauling service. In the next scene, I'll walk you through how to price your first job so you don't leave money on the table. Scene 7, how to find your first customers. So you've got your truck, your gear, and you're ready to roll, but now you need people to actually call you. This is the part where most beginners freeze up, but it's way simpler than you think. Your first customers are probably already in your phone or living on your street. Start by telling everyone you know, friends, family, neighbors, even your old coworkers, exactly what you're doing and ask them to spread the word. A lot of people make the mistake of waiting for a website to bring in leads, but word of mouth is faster and free. You can also post in local Facebook community groups or next door. Just keep it short and helpful, not salesy. One practical step is to offer a small discount for referrals right from day one, like $10 off their next job. Once you land that first customer, do an amazing job, because that one clean haul can turn into 5 more calls. Scene 8, how to price jobs and avoid undercharging pricing, is where a lot of beginners either scare people away or leave money on the table. You need a simple system that covers your time, your gas, your dump fees, and still leaves you a profit. A common approach is to charge based on how much of your truck bed you fill, like a third, half, or full load. For a typical half load of mixed junk, you might charge between $150 and $250 depending on your area and what you're hauling. The biggest mistake is quoting too low because you're nervous about losing the job, but that just burns you out fast. Remember, you're not just hauling trash, you're saving someone hours of heavy lifting and a trip to the dump. A good rule of thumb is to always add a little cushion for unexpected heavy items or extra trips. Once you get comfortable with pricing, you'll start to see how even small jobs add up quickly. Universe Scene 9, revenue potential and what people can realistically make. Let's talk numbers because you probably want to know if this can actually pay the bills. Realistically, a solo operator doing this part-time can bring in $1,000 to $3,000 a month pretty consistently. If you go full-time and stay busy, $5,000 to $8,000 a month is very doable, and some guys clear $10,000 in peak seasons. Your revenue depends mostly on how many jobs you run per week and your average ticket price, not on some magic formula. A common pitfall is thinking you'll make that money right away, but it usually takes a few months to build momentum. The upside is that your expenses are low, so most of what you bring in goes straight to your pocket. A realistic goal for your first 3 months is to aim for 20 to 30 jobs total and see where your average lands. Once you see that first deposit hit your account, you'll realize this business has real earning power. Scene 10, common beginner mistakes and how to avoid them. Every new junk removal owner makes a few mistakes, and I want you to skip the painful ones. The first big one is underestimating how long a job takes and then rushing or showing up late to the next one. Always add an extra 30 minutes to your time estimate because there's always a surprise like a heavy couch or a tricky staircase. Another mistake is not having a clear payment policy up front, so you end up chasing people for cash after the job is done. Get payment before you unload everything, or at least have a card reader ready so there's no awkwardness. Beginners also forget to factor in dump fees when quoting, which eats into their profit fast. A simple fix is to call your local dump ahead of time and ask what they charge per ton or per load. Avoiding these small errors will save you hundreds of dollars and a ton of stress in your first few months. Missed Chapter C. 1 Scene 11, how to stand out from competitors. In most towns, there are already a few junk removal guys, so you need a reason for people to pick you. The easiest way to stand out is to be ridiculously reliable and easy to communicate with. Answer your phone or text back within minutes, show up on time, and give a clear price before you start. You can also offer something simple like same-day service or a free estimate over video call, which most big companies don't do. A lot of competitors just dump everything in the landfill, but you can stand out by sorting out recyclables and donating usable items. People love knowing their old furniture might go to a family in need instead of a pile in the ground. Even a small gesture like leaving a handwritten thank you note can make you unforgettable. When you treat every job like you're helping a neighbor, your reputation will spread faster than any ad ever could. So number Scene 12, how to build momentum, referrals, and repeat business. Once you've done a few jobs, the real goal is to keep that momentum going without constantly hunting for new customers. The best way is to turn every single customer into a repeat caller and a referral source. After you finish a job, ask them directly if they know anyone else who might need junk hauled, and remind them about your referral discount. You can also follow up a week later with a quick text asking if everything's still looking good, which keeps you top of mind. A mistake people make is thinking one-and-done customers are the only option, but many people have ongoing needs like cleanouts for rental properties. Building relationships with local real estate agents and property managers can give you steady work month after month. Every time you do a great job, ask for a Google review, because those 5-star ratings bring in new calls without you lifting a finger. Once that referral loop starts spinning, your business will grow almost on autopilot, and that's exactly what we'll talk about next. Marketing your junk removal business doesn't have to be complicated or expensive. The key is to stay visible so people remember you when they need junk hauled away. Start by claiming your Google business profile and posting before and after photos of your jobs regularly. You can also hang door hangers in neighborhoods where you just finished a job, since those neighbors are likely to need similar services. A common mistake is trying to market everywhere at once, which spreads your time and money too thin. Instead, focus on 1 or 2 methods that work for your area, like Facebook community groups or local partnerships with real estate agents. The simplest takeaway is to ask every happy customer for a review and a referral, because word of mouth is your strongest tool. Once you have a steady flow of leads, you can start thinking about how to turn small jobs into bigger revenue. Growing your junk removal business means moving beyond single item pickups to larger, more profitable projects. The easiest way to do this is to offer additional services like estate cleanouts, foreclosure cleanups, or construction debris removal. You can also raise your prices gradually as you gain experience and build a reputation for reliability. Another practical step is to create package deals, like a full garage cleanout that includes sweeping and organizing for a flat rate. A realistic truth is that growth takes time, and you might need to turn down small jobs to free up space for bigger ones. The upside is that larger jobs often lead to repeat customers and referrals from property managers and contractors. A simple takeaway is to always ask clients if they know anyone else who needs junk removed, especially after a big clean out. As you grow, you will also face some realistic challenges that are important to prepare for. If you want to go deeper into building a junk removal business, there's a place for that. Head over to www.wealthylifetribe.com for practical guidance and real resources. You'll find checklists, pricing templates, and tips that save you time and money. It's go for people who are serious about learning and testing a business like this one. No hype, just useful tools and honest advice from people who've done it. You can also explore other areas like simple automation tools that help you run your business smoother. The website is a helpful next step when you're ready to move from watching to doing. Go check it out whenever you're ready to take that next practical step. Running a junk removal business comes with challenges that are worth knowing about up front. The physical work can be tough on your body, especially when hauling heavy furniture or climbing stairs all day. You will also deal with unpredictable weather, tight schedules, and the occasional difficult customer who wants a discount after the job is done. Another practical challenge is managing your vehicle maintenance and fuel costs, which can eat into your profits if you are not careful. A realistic truth is that some days you will have no jobs booked, and other days you will be overwhelmed with back-to-back calls. The benefit of knowing these challenges is that you can plan ahead, like setting aside money for repairs or building a buffer for slow weeks. A simple takeaway is to always have a backup plan, like a second truck or a helper you can call when things get busy. Understanding these realities will help you decide if this business is truly a good fit for you. Not everyone is cut out for junk removal, and that is completely okay. If you are not comfortable with heavy lifting, getting dirty, or working in tight spaces like attics and basements, this might not be the right path. You should also think twice if you struggle with inconsistent income, because some weeks will be slow and you need to handle that financially. Another practical consideration is that you will need to interact with strangers regularly, so if you dislike talking to people or handling complaints, this could be draining. A realistic truth is that the business requires a lot of self-motivation, since no one will push you to get out of bed and start working. The upside is that if you are willing to work hard and stay organized, these challenges become manageable over time. A simple takeaway is to honestly ask yourself if you can handle physical labor, variable pay, and customer service all at once. If you are still interested, the next scene will give you a simple 30-day plan to get started. Here is a straightforward 30-day plan to launch your junk removal business without overthinking it. In the first week, register your business name, get a basic website or Facebook page, and rent or buy a truck and trailer. During week 2, set your pricing based on local competitors and create simple flyers or door hangers to hand out. In week 3, start marketing by posting in local community groups, telling friends and family, and dropping off flyers in busy neighborhoods. A realistic truth is that you will probably get only a few calls in the first month, and that is normal for any new business. The benefit of this plan is that it keeps you moving forward without waiting for everything to be perfect. A simple takeaway is to book your first few jobs even if they are small, because each one builds your experience and confidence. Once you finish that first month, you will have the momentum to keep going and grow from there. Starting a junk removal business is not a get-rich-quick scheme, but it can be a solid way to build real income over time. The best part is that you control your schedule, your pricing, and how much you want to grow. Every job you complete gives you a chance to help someone clear out clutter and make their space feel lighter and better. A realistic truth is that the first few months will test your patience, but each small win will build your confidence and your reputation. The upside is that this business has low startup costs, steady demand, and the potential to turn into a full-time career if you stick with it. A simple takeaway is to take the first step today, whether that is registering your name, renting a truck, or telling one person what you are doing. You do not need to have everything figured out to start, you just need to start and learn as you go. If you are ready to put in the work, this business can give you the freedom and income you have been looking for. So that's the full picture on starting your own junk removal business. You now know the gear, the pricing, and the simple marketing steps to get your first customers. The real work starts when you decide to take that first step. If this video helped you, please hit like and subscribe so you don't miss the next practical guide. For even more useful resources and step-by-step support, check out the community at www.wealthylifetribe.com. There you'll find practical guidance, checklists, and motivation from others on the same path. Running a real business like this one is a lot easier when you have a supportive group around you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.